Here is the man himself, Marc. Welcome to Nightmoves.
Thank you.
It wasn't trick photography or anything. You actually were in Gay Paris at the time, were you?
Yeah, we were. We were in Gay Paris, exactly. It was about minus 12 degrees and there was sleet coming into your eyes from every direction, but we were in Paris. We hired an English film crew and went across the channel and drove towards Paris and got stuck in a truck blockade and then...
So they had that strike there a few years ago, a few months ago, didn't they? Yeah.
You see, we thought we'd get some wonderful cross-cultural references in there.
Did you go there specifically to do the clip, or were you over there for other reasons?
No, we were over there mixing and finishing the Dragon album, and I thought it would be great to go and get a picture of the Eiffel Tower to show my grandchildren.
A few orange ribbons and away you went.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there was a time a few years ago when Marc Hunter's solo was really the only thing you were facing. When Dragon sort of had pretty well decided to call it a day, you came together again about, what, 18 months ago, I suppose it was, wasn't it now?
Yeah, it's been more than a year.
Which was to, ostensibly to pay off a few debts, I believe, but it backfired on you in the nicest possible way, didn't it?
It was great, actually. We came together to finish some contractual obligations we had to, I guess, our management and creditors. Is that the right word?
Yep.
And we thought we'd do a couple of weekends in a local hotel, but that stretched into about 6 months and then into a year of work. And we had great reactions, so we stuck out a couple of singles and they worked, so we decided to stay together.
It must be a really uplifting experience for all of you to have something like that happen again. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't have imagined it to go that way.
No, it was good. The only reason we actually got back together was because we rehearsed one day and found that the band felt as good as it used to feel when we were working together. Yeah. So, I mean, it's been rewarding from the point of view of the fact that we still enjoy it as much as we used to when we first started out. So that's great. Probably
the other thing that's developed since you first started out and is really evident now is the individual strengths of all the members in the band as songwriters, whereas before Paul was basically responsible for the majority of the songwriting. Now you've got Robert and Todd with the...
Todd and Joanna,
And Joanna, right.
Yeah.
Yourself, what about you?
Yeah, I write a couple of songs. We the new album, Body and the Beat, is fairly evenly divided between Todd and Joanna's songs and me writing with the other members of the band. And it's great. It's a very well-balanced and sort of interesting to listen to album. It's very, very pleasant.
What have you got planned after the release of it? Obviously you're going to hit the road again, a national tour.
Yeah, we started rehearsing this last Monday, and we rehearsed for 3 weeks. Then we go into a theatre to try out the lights and the PA and see if we look any good. And then we go out to the country and warm up and then come into the city for about 3 months. Yeah.
That should be good. Have you got any plans in the back of your mind at all as far as overseas are concerned, or is that something that's just a little bit too premature at this stage?
I don't know. We've had telexes from record companies overseas, but when we were with CBS Records, we had telexes too, and they sort of didn't amount to much. So we're going, great, fantastic telex, but what I hope will happen is that someone hears the record and likes it and says, these guys are great, we'll get them over here and they can tour and become millionaires and live like Liberace.
You've had a bit of a reputation over the years as being somebody who loses interest in things after a little while. You've been known to get a bit restless and itchy in the feet department. Are you...
Short span of attention.
Exactly. Have you still got the beginning of the question in your mind? Are you in a situation now where you feel a lot more settled with what you're doing and have your future mapped out a little bit more solidly than it has been in the past?
Well, I don't think I've changed a lot much, actually. My reputation didn't really have too much to do with what I was doing, and I'm still doing what I used to do, which is being interested in what I'm doing, which is standing up on stage and singing and writing songs and being in the band. So there's no big change.
Well, obviously the Dragon project with the new album is going to be tying you up for quite some time. Are you still intending to try and get the solo thing happening independently of that?
I hope so. See, what I hope is that the Dragon album will do well, and then I'll be able to release some solo product that does well as well.
Okay, well, all the very best.
Master plan, you think?
Master plan, I think it's just fine. Okay, well, look, let's have a look at the new single from the album, which is Cry, written by Todd and Joanna. Joanna was in Exile Caprice, isn't that right, with Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about it on Todd or Joanna's behalf before we run it?
No, I can't say anything on Todd and Joanna's behalf. Actually, they exist as a separate, well-defined entity. I can't say anything at all about it. It's a great song. They write very good songs together.
Let's have a look at it. Thanks for coming in and good luck with the album release.
Thank you.